So, number 1, how to choose strands. Thread can be divided into 6, 11 count uses 3, 14 count uses 2. Again, this one is a 14 count, it uses 2. How to choose the thread color. Again, the color on the chart is going to be the color on our index card. Read the symbol number. Find the combination number from the column. Choose the right color according to number. Unprinted cloth. Read symbol from paper. Corresponding number. Choose the right color. Okay, how to stitch unprinted cloth. So center point of the fabric. Center point of the fabric is a guide, basically. You put in a red X, the beginning stitch at the center of the fabric. So we don't have to stitch at the center of the fabric since we have a printed canvas, but I don't know, I'm just like I'm a little overwhelmed by the printed canvas. Alright. No outside frame, keep your hands clean before stitching. To make embroidery easier, the color on the printed cloth. Okay, the color on the printed cloth uses contrast colors, which are different from the colors of the real design. Printed cross stitch, the pattern has been printed on the cloth, printed. So before finishing stitching, the cloth cannot touch water, otherwise the printed part will be gone. So don't accidentally have wet hands drinking your drink, whatever you like drinking, and touch this, huh? Or wash your hands beforehand and have them still damp. To make the work look better, backstitch should be the final step of the work. Please refer to paper drawing to complete back stitches. 11 count uses 2 strands for backstitch. 14 count uses 1 strand for backstitch. So this is a 14, it only uses 1 for backstitch. The product picture and descriptions are referral only. Detailed information is according to the final design. Due to manual measurements, there will be an error of 3 to 5 centimeters. After finishing the whole pattern, put the cloth in water below 30°C for more than 3 hours till all pattern dissolves. Wash it with clean water again. Dry it by leaving it flat in a ventilated place. In order to protect the threads from being damaged, please iron the artwork on the back of the fabric with a steam flat iron until it becomes flat. Iron the work with steam iron on the dry, flat, air dry. Okay. So, again, I just feel so lost with this. Like, I honestly feel like maybe I should have got a non-printed canvas, but hey, we'll give this a shot. So it looks like our X is right here in between his eyeballs, which again, since this is printed, we don't have to do an X. We don't have to start there, but that's kind of what I'm thinking I'm gonna try doing, is just starting at the middle of the canvas. New things can be overwhelming. Let's see. So right in between these E's and 6's here. So looking at this guy here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're in the 6th cell. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 5. So yeah, this is the center cell right in here. Yep, right in here is their center cell. Okay. All I have right now is a permanent marker, so that's where I want to start. And I want to start with color, I think I'm gonna start with color 6. I'm gonna start with color 6. And if I'm doing this completely wrong, then I'm doing it completely wrong. Just so you know. 402. Oh, they do have the, I can just look for color 6. Okay, well, anyway. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab one piece of this. Okay. So I got color 6 here. And then I want 2 strands, right? 14 count is 2 strands. 14 count is 2 strands. Okay, so I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna find 2 strands here, which should leave 4, but I see 3. Wait. Okay. I accidentally had 3 in my hand. Okay. Now I got 2 here and 4 here. So we just go ahead and split this up. I don't know the best way of doing this again. Wow. I think I like working with 3 strands better than 2, but we will see what we do. I might want to try a 14 count. I think I like 3 thread strands. So we got this to put away again. So that's to put away for now. And this is our 2 strands we're gonna use for number 6. Now, one thing I do notice that I'm gonna possibly have an issue with is knowing that I'm on number 6 here, because it doesn't have a lid to be open to tell you that's where you were. So that's something I might have an issue with. I don't know if anybody else has an issue with it, but that's something I might have an issue with. And don't mind me poking a hole in the bag to get the needle out. As long as it's not on the top of the bag, I think the needle's going to have a hard time finding its way out of it, so no issue there. And then go ahead and put our strands through our needle. Again, it helps to get them moist so they don't fray as much. Okay, so we got that through there. So that's our color we're working with. It's threaded on our needle. And I want to start working from the X because that's what I decided I wanted to do. But actually, I should start probably with this 6 here, or this one here, diagonally down those. Sorry. I have no idea how to do this. I am completely lost. Don't worry. So I got my red mark, which is here, which means that's an E and that's an E. So I'm gonna start with this one here. And I think there's a correct way where you're supposed to do the X either going this way or this way and then come back going this way or this way. So yeah, 1 to 2 to 3 to 4. So yeah, I go under this one here, and then that one will come out and go back in to this right here. Okay. So then on the back, I want to leave enough of a tail to stitch in. Like that. Okay. And now, back to looking at our pattern. I started with that 6, so I'm going to go over to the next 6. So it comes out at the same bottom level there. And again, you pull it up and you're gonna go back down diagonal right there. And I accidentally went through the thread in a way I don't want to. Again, haven't done this in a while, never done it with this small a thread or printed canvas, so give me a break. If I'm doing this all wrong, I'm doing it all wrong. But that'll start locking this thread in place so that doesn't come unraveled. So now we're going to go ahead and go back out that hole. This should be my 3rd stitch. Okay, so that's my 3rd stitch there. So how many stitches am I looking to do? I'm going to this line. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I got 6 stitches I want to do. Again, I'm guessing there's a correct way to do this. Maybe going in a line this way, then going in a line this way isn't how you should do it. Maybe I should like go up and down, or I'm not sure. I'm just going with it. The back of my canvas looks ugly. It looks ugly. As long as I don't use too much string, we should be fine, right? So that's my 3rd stitch. And I'm just looking at the back because you can see they're straight on the back, even though there's cricket on the front. So I know I go out here again. And again, I'm not a tutorial. I'm just figuring it out. So that will be our 4th stitch. And then on the back here, go back here. We now got our 5th stitch in here. And this is our 6th stitch. So 6th stitch goes on in there. Now, I have those 6 stitches there. I can now go back across to make my X, but what I'm gonna do is actually finish out this row of 6s here, I do believe, so I'm gonna skip the G and go to the 6. So instead of going back in the next hole here, I'm going to skip that and go into this hole here. And continue going diagonal right here. And then again, you can see these two blues here. I want to skip those two as well. Those two blues are these two G's right here. So I want to skip those. So here. And again, this is just going off of what I vaguely remember about doing cross stitch. I am no expert on any of this. I might be doing this completely wrong. Pointers are fine, but don't tell me, hey, you're doing that completely stupid. Okay? You want to get pointers, cool. But I know it might be very wrong. So you don't gotta be one to, like, bitch about it being wrong. But if you want to help me out with it, go ahead. I know I could watch other YouTubers and get an idea, but I'm just going with what I remember from, what, 4 or 5 years ago when I did this once, without also ever having really watched anything that time either. So that's my second stitch. And again, I don't have to count them. I could just make sure I don't go on to the purple. I just go on the gray, but I'm counting them. Okay, so we're after the G. So right now we have 2 after the G here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I want to do 6. So like, my question is, how do you know you're getting the right hole or not? Like, that's one thing I haven't figured out. So, like, unless I turn the canvas over on the back and look every time, I can't really just, like, go like this and, like, shove it back up in the right place. Is that just something you get better at, or are you supposed to flip it upside down every time? I don't know. So, working on it, I do think that having the print on the canvas is actually helpful. I'm still counting my stitches. I don't know if that's just, you know, me, but I do find it helpful because it's like, gives me a rough idea if I lose count or something like that to look again, or, you know, I'm using it as a guideline, not really the final. I'm using a count as the final, but I'm not so sure I would have to. But are you supposed to flip it over every time? Like, how are you supposed to know where to put your needle through if you don't? And again, like diamond painting, it's pretty easy to just stop for a second. And then, as far as I know, if you just want to quit here, you just kind of tuck your needle in your canvas. What I do is I just go like this, tuck my needle in my canvas like that. That's personally how I'd put my canvas away, like that. They make bags you can put these in. I think they might also have them on their website. I thought about getting one of those, but it just wasn't in the budget to get the 2 paintings and one of those and everything else. But they do make like a bag you put them in. However, this also comes with this bag. You could just slide it back in. So you could leave this string loose and slide it here, and maybe slide the card in the front so they don't get tangled together. Also, I still have some 6 left here, which I probably should put back with the 6 so it doesn't get lost or confused with another number. And again, I'm trying to tie a knot in it. Come on, string, come on. There we go. So I grab this end and this end here, and click this. And they do have cards you can buy like this too, like even like wooden ones and stuff where they're more reusable type ones. But anyway, I'm gonna put that on there like that. So I still know that's the 6. And these strings are all good to get wrapped up again. And we'll put them in the bag. We don't really need this picture anymore. Put this in the bag. And then, honestly, I think for working on this, I'd probably put this and this, like, in front of the strings. If you want them in front of your image or not, that's up to you, I guess. But I try to keep this string I'm working with separate from the string in the back. So I'd probably just go ahead and put this back in the front. Whether I have it wrapped like that or not, I'd probably put this just back in the front of this envelope. And I did notice that I can actually keep this unfolded. At least with this canvas, this bag size does work. So go ahead and kind of shove it in there like that. So that's probably how I bag mine, keeping all the string I have to use away from my string I am using. I'd probably wrap it around here to keep it from being tangled. Although if you just like loosely lay it in here, it shouldn't get tangled. So again, thank you to 7th grade for this. Hopefully I didn't do too horribly with my lines that I got there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I don't know if I'm going to break this up into 2 videos or do a really long video. So, thank you again for the package. And for our gorgeous wolf. Hopefully everybody liked this. Again, tell me in the comments if I did something right or wrong here. Or if there's a better method, if mine isn't wrong, but if there's a method that might be a little bit better or something, let me know. And hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you for watching. I definitely have more to open for you, so have a nice day, night, or morning, and hopefully your day, night, and morning continues to go well. Hopefully you have time to work on some crafts.